Scott and Anthony. Ken on the tone. Everybody else when I call your name. Nick, Chris, Brian, Eric, Richard, Scott, Anthony. Everybody working some laps in here. Your pace setter, Chris Bush, working his way in front of the driver's stand.
5 minutes left.
Looks like that silver, yellow, blue, and black onto the straightaway. As he stretches it out here. Coming up, watch go low onto the straight, low onto the straight, low onto the straight. Clear. Nick Williams sitting in that second spot. He's got the blue and silver right behind the blue, silver, and black. So if you see a blue, silver coming, give him some love. Scott Windsor sitting in that third spot. Pick up Scott working his way. Scott in that pink, purple? Yeah, we'll go with that. Scott in that pink and purple sitting in that fourth spot. Brian Montgomery taking over third here. Brian in the red, white, and blue in front of the driver's stand. Well, go low onto the straight, low onto the straight, low onto the straight.
4 minutes left.
Chris Bush still your pace setter, up about 3 seconds on Nick Williams. Both those drivers in blue and silver. Chris in front of the driver's stand. Nick coming up on, I think that's Anthony. Yep, Anthony in that black and yellow down the straightaway, sitting in eighth right now. So it's Chris, Nick, Scott, Brian, Eric, Ken, Richard, and Anthony. Chris trying to jump up the second on the grid with this 36.10. He works his way past pit lane.
3 minutes left.
Nick Williams trying to jump up to ninth on the grid. Make his way into the A main, up 4 spots. But your big mover right now looks like Chris Bush, 12-spot gain. If he can hold on to her here. He's got that silver, blue, and black working his way through the bus stop onto the straightaway. Nick Williams in the blue and white in front of the driver's stand, sitting in second. Scott Windsor across the line in that purple and orange. Watch it come out straight, clear. Oh, that was trouble for Scott Windsor there. Rolls over in front of the driver's stand.
2 minutes left.
Nope, that was Anthony. My bad. Oop, watch coming on straight. Clear. Richard rolling on, coming on the straightaway there at that time. But your pace setter, Chris Bush, working his way through traffic here, coming past pit lane. Got that silver, blue, and black onto the straightaway. He's followed by Nick, Brian, Eric, Scott, Ken, Richard, and Anthony looking on. Chris with a 12.3. 12.1 for Brian Montgomery, your fast lap for this group. It's a 12.16 to Chris Bush's 12.13. Brian sitting in that third spot. He is looking to move up to 11th overall. Nick Williams trying to jump up to 8th. But Chris Bush, your big mover right now, 12 spots to second on the grid.
1 minute left.
He's about a 1/10 of a second ahead of Corby Harris right now. So this will get him a good resort into round 3 tonight.
"45 seconds left."
Chris 12.6, Nick 12.5, Brian 12.4, Eric 13.6, Scott 13 flat, Ken 13.4, Richard with a 14.6.
30 seconds left.
Chris, Nick, Brian, Eric, and Scott bettering their runs right now.
15 seconds left.
Your pace setter down the straightaway through the sweeper, coming into the infield, coming up behind Brian Montgomery. Thank you, sir. Ooh. Nice and clean, Brian. There you go.
Ken Pepe done.
Everybody else keep going. Only Ken is done. Only Ken is done.
Nick Williams done.
Nick, you're done.
Scott Windsor done. Richard Devroeg done. Chris Bush
Two
done.
more to finish. Two more to finish, Marshals.
Eric Voelz done.
And that is a
Ryan
race.
Montgomery
Everybody's done. Chris Bush takes it 36.